Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely. Back here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll get...
Just 23 carries on a team that ranked... '29th in the NFL in rushing.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check three.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Ready? Black, Mike 50. Watch the run, watch the run. Let's go. Follow. Green, triple T.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's Jones fighting through, and he's got space. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit. The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check, 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 check.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
54 Mike. 24.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Bang, 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 bang. Hey, double
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down is Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. From the gun, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second and 11 now. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on third and long. Jameis to throw it. Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fourth down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. 12. That's it. Got him. Check, 45 to Mike.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Devin White in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 22, Winston over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, Winston. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And taken right on the 30. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Hey, guys, listen.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Throwing again. Wilson to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go. Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1 yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Second and goal from the 1.
3 buzz. Watch the eye.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
280. Exit, exit. Watch the twist. Watch the 12.
They'll try to run this one in. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now Winston. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 1st down, Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 34.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second and goal from the 1.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on. You better bring it.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They come up in an offset eye. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's get that ball here. Wait.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Logan, and he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Get ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. This is Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
First down, Winston. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check.
On the carry, it's Logan. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run again with Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
First and 10.
Hey. 4 down. Quick dance, quick dance. Touch 50, touch 50. Slam, slam. 66, pull it, half.
They run it with Carson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Zebra, zebra. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. This is Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Buccaneers
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Winston. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. The 30, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winston now. Going deep this time for Miller. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
I'm going to run you over. Mike's 54.
The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Justin Watson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Following the interception, Winston. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Play fake. Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Winston. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they work this out past the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Here's Jones. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done.